empty shells inside to get them warming up. Now, a lot of people have asked whether this improvised backyard foundry can actually get hot enough to melt brass, and the answer is yeah, it'll melt brass no problem. In fact, you can melt copper, silver, and even gold without any trouble at all, and the best part is you can do it on propane. Propane burns clean, costs less, and melts metal way faster than charcoal does, but you do need a specially designed jet torch to balance the fuel-to-air ratios and make it work properly. This is the design I came up with, and I'll show you how to make this gas blaster torch in another project video. Now, it's only been about 8 minutes, but peeking inside the foundry, you can see that amazingly, the brass casings have already melted down and liquefied completely. That's really impressive considering the melting point of brass is around 1700 degrees Fahrenheit, and the foundry was cold when we started less than 10 minutes ago. The liquid metal is bubbling because brass is a mixture of copper and zinc, and at these temperatures, the zinc is starting to boil and vaporize right out of the mix. We don't really want that to happen, but luckily there's an easy way to stop it. I went to the dollar store and picked up a bottle of cockroach killer, which you can see is actually just 100% boric acid. If we sprinkle a generous amount of the white powder into the soup of molten metal, we can sit back and watch it do the dirty work for us. Boric acid helps clean the metals by absorbing impurities and helping prevent new oxide layers from forming on the surface. And if you put it in before you fire up the foundry, it'll melt your metal even faster and help keep the zinc from boiling off as well. Okay, the crucible's full and everything's completely liquefied, but before we pour the metal, it's a good idea to scrape any gunk off the top and clean it up a bit. I typically use a pair of old steel tongs for skimming the slag, but you can use anything you want as long as it's made of steel and you don't ever plan on using it for anything else. I went ahead and poured these liquefied bullet shells into a beat up old muffin tray, then knocked the ingots out and let them cool into a stack of mini brass biscuits. Now, to transform